What's up everyone, Vu of Envu Films, and I am back with another idiotic video for you to watch. And today's video is idiotic because I'm about to review two cell phones. Well, I'm actually going to review this cell phone and compare it to this cell phone. And this is a videography slash photography channel, and I don't usually review cell phones, but I thought this would be important as a videographer photographer is because this particular cell phone I have here, the OnePlus 9 Pro, is heavily branded with Hasselblad, and for those of you who know Hasselblad, is it a very expensive camera company, yada yada yada, took pictures in space, whatever, you heard all of it by now if you're interested in this phone at all. Now the reason why I want to review this OnePlus 9 Pro is because this is my new phone that I'll be using, and I'm replacing my Pixel 5. I've been using the Pixel 5, I've been quite satisfied with it, but I dropped it and I cracked the screen quite a bit, and to repair it was going to be like $260, which I thought was a bit egregious. So I decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to just send it off to OnePlus, trade it in, and get something good. And by good, yes, I could have got Samsung S21, whatever, but clearly I like Pixel phones, and Pixel doesn't quite have a phone as capable as this OnePlus 9 Pro. The Samsung has a bunch of Samsung software stuff on it that I've never been a big fan of. So OnePlus right now is the closest you could get to stock Android and, you know, have all the smoothness and all the great features that stock Android has to offer, maybe with a couple of extra OnePlus knickknacks here and there. But if you're a big Pixel stock Android fan and you want something that is just better than the Pixel, then I would recommend OnePlus in a heartbeat. This is actually not my first OnePlus phone. I used to own a OnePlus 7 Pro before I switched to Pixel XL4, before I switched to Pixel 5. With that being said, I'm gonna just go through a quick review of the OnePlus 9 Pro. Great phone, great build, looks fantastic. Definitely a fingerprint magnet with this color that they have here. I think it's called, forgot, Morning Mist is what it's called. Definitely reflective, but overall, this is a high quality phone. When you touch it, you know it's a good quality phone. We all know the specs. Just look at the specs sheet. It has the best Snapdragon 888, whatever, 256 gigabytes of memory, 12 gigabytes of RAM. This thing is a beast. It's fast. It doesn't slow down. It has a 120 hertz screen, QHD screen. You name it, it has it. I mean, this fast fingerprint scanner at the bottom, the best screen to body ratio you can get. But also, to the point, do I recommend the OnePlus 9 Pro? Yes. The one issue I've had with OnePlus phones in the past was not the performance, not the build quality, none of that. It was the cameras. The cameras were never as good, just point and shoot cameras as, like, obviously the Pixel and the Samsungs and the iPhones. I've never used an iPhone before. I don't plan to own anything Apple. I use PC. I don't care for Apple products. That's me. That's that. With that being said, this is why the Pixel comes into play, because we all know the Pixel has a fantastic camera, okay, for cell phones. In my opinion, when I look at cell phone photos, I could tell a cell phone photo, it's going to be as good as it's going to get with all that software crap all over it. Obviously, I use professional cameras, so I know what a really good picture, what a really good image looks like. And generally speaking, cell phones are cell phone photos. There's bad ones and there's good ones, and the good ones are okay. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of software editing, a lot of, you know, color put over it. And in my opinion, OnePlus has now caught up to Google Pixel phones in terms of picture quality. All this Hasselblad branding, I mean, I guess that's what it took for them to get to this level. But if you buy a OnePlus 9 Pro, I could pretty much guarantee you that if you used to own a Pixel and you were really satisfied with the photos, you would not be disappointed with the OnePlus 9 Pro photos. It is right on par with the top cameras out there for photos. It completely destroys the Pixel in video. And of course, Pixels are never, you know, were never really good with video in the first place. So, you know, just from my testing, I could actually be comfortable with filming some YouTube videos, filming some vlogs with the OnePlus 9 Pro and be completely satisfied. Not with the front-facing camera, but the main rear camera and the wide angle, completely satisfied. There's a lot of talk about the wide angle lens on the OnePlus 9 Pro, and it looks fantastic. I mean, when I compare it to the Pixel photos, I mean, it looks great. And, you know, one might have like a little bit less shadows here and there, but that's just really how the JPEGs are edited in camera, in the software. And if you lift the shadows or crush the shadows on either of these JPEGs, you're going to see like pretty much similar dynamic range. One thing I did notice about the OnePlus 9 Pro is I believe it has a bigger, newer sensor. So there's slightly more bokeh, or the slightly more blurred background on just standard non-portrait mode photos on the OnePlus, which I like. I like the fact that it's a bigger sensor. It gathers more light, and you know, maybe the software is not quite as good as Google, but the combination of the new hardware and what OnePlus and Hasselblad has done with the software of the camera is pretty much matching the Pixel 5. I mean, I think it's quite even, and I'm very satisfied with that. So that's what I have with the cameras. It's pretty much, for photos, it's pretty much on par with the Pixel. Wide angle and main cameras look great. I don't even want to test the telephoto because I don't usually do that kind of thing, but wide angle and standard cameras are fantastic. Day-to-day use. Let's just put it this way. If you got to pull out the phone to just check something real quick, like someone sent you a text message, you got to check real quick, the Pixel 5 is a better phone just because it's so small and it's so easy to use in your hand that, you know, it's just easy to check stuff real quick. Nice form factor, it's small. But if you're sitting there and you're going to be using your phone for quite a bit of time, let's say you're sitting on your couch, or you're sitting in line, or you're sitting in a car waiting for something, the OnePlus 9 Pro is just the better phone to have because it's bigger, it's faster, the screen is nicer, and there's more real estate on the screen for you to see stuff, do work, do multitasking. It's better used because the screen is just bigger and the resolution is better on it. Whereas, like I said, QHD on the OnePlus 9 and Pro, and just HD on the Pixel 5. In terms of like overall just day-to-day use speed, although the OnePlus 9 Pro has the way better processor, there's not too much difference in terms of just day-to-day use. You're not gonna be able to tell that much of a difference between using Pixel 5 opening apps and things of that nature, but you do notice when you're processing stuff. So if you're like editing photos, you're processing photos, you're taking pictures and waiting for the pictures to load up, the OnePlus 9 Pro is way faster. I don't game my phone, so I don't really notice that stuff, but in general, like just regular usage, just opening text messages, opening Google Chrome, opening Facebook, you don't really notice that the OnePlus 9 Pro is egregiously faster than the Pixel 5. I think is when you start doing things that are a little more like processor heavy, where you're opening multiple apps, or you're, you know, watching YouTube and you know, looking at email at the same time. The OnePlus 9 Pro seems to just not have any hiccups. While I do notice some hiccups from time to time with the Pixel 5, it could be due to the processor, it could be due to the, you know, 4 gigabytes less RAM, maybe even like the slower storage speeds of the Pixel 5 compared to the OnePlus 9 Pro. A lot of things going on, but overall, you cannot go wrong if you just want like the fastest possible experience on a cell phone. And you know, Google didn't do a bad job here with the Pixel 5. I was actually quite satisfied with it, other than just some hiccups in there, and the fact that I dropped it and broke it. I would have probably just held on to it, but then like, I'm not trying to pay $260 to repair a screen. So I figured it would be better value for me to just trade it in and just get something legit, and that I could actually use for other stuff. I could use for video, and I could use for photo use, and I'd be pretty comfortable with it. You know, when I do like vlogs, when I go do vlogs where I don't feel like carrying around my big camera around, that I feel confident that, hey, my phone could record this video and it won't look embarrassingly bad. Whereas, you know, the Pixel, I never felt confident, you know, filming anything with it for like YouTube purposes. So with that being said, guys, that's pretty much it. Really quick review. You know, this is not MKBHD. This is not Mr. Mobile. This is Vu of NVU Films. Just a quick rundown of my phone here. Those of you who have subscribed to my channel knows that I'm currently in a renovation of my house. So, you know, I'm just in the basement trying to find somewhere to film this video anywhere I can. With that said, if you like this kind of content, please give this video a like. And if you want to see more, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. That'll greatly help this channel. With that being said, guys, till next time, lighten up.